Yeah, we back. Now today, man, we're going to have a real discussion. This video was inspired by a few things, but mainly by some tweets I saw on Twitter the other day and also some comments I got in a video I uploaded back on November 18th talking about the Battle of Vertières, the final battle of the Haitian Revolution, the greatest battle that black men ever fought in the last 3 centuries, right? And for certain videos, I got to put the extra filters on the comment sections because, I already know, the pan-European nationalist is going to hop out the bushes, hop out the woodwork, you know what I'm saying? Poking their chests out, talking their shit, you know what I'm saying? So as expected, some European nationalists, you know what I mean? Some pan-Europeans, they came in the comment section to represent for their European ancestors from the 19th century. Now you won't see the comments there because I deleted them already and blocked them off the channel. But something interesting happened. When I put certain videos up, I noticed that people of European descent, they become more honest. Now, what do I mean by that? Instead of the Disney version nonsense that we're taught in school, we're all God's children, we all children under God, we all one race, the human race, I love you, brother, we all Americans. When I put up videos like this, when I talk about the Battle of Vertières, when I talk about the Haitian Revolution, that's when they become more honest. That's when they throw all that in the trash, all that, we all one race, the human race, we all brothers. Nah, bro, that's when they come in represent for Napoleon. That's when they come in represent for the King of Spain and the King of England. You know what I mean? Listen, that's when they really start representing for their flag, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Man. They come in the comment section. There was like one dude, he didn't even have a French last name. This was crazy, right? I put up a video about the Haitian Revolution against the army of Napoleon, and I didn't even see any French white boys come in the comment section trying to talk, trying to talk nonsense. It was a bunch of other European ethnic groups. That's why I was like, okay, they all represent for the banner of Europeans, for people of European descent worldwide. They were talking that shit in the comment section. You know what I mean? They were like, oh yeah, you won the battle, but don't worry, we came back, we won the war, you know what I'm saying? We came back with the embargoes, you know what I'm saying? We came back, you know what I'm saying? Shut that whole country down. Like they was representing for their ancestors in the comment section. You know what I mean? Listen, it is what it is, man. Listen, testosterone get in the building, we be talking shit. I don't take it personal, because I be talking my shit on the Europeans too. I be talking my shit too. So I don't take it personal, bro. It is what it is. Talk it, because I'm gonna talk it. I'm gonna pop my shit. So pop your shit. You know what I mean? So I noticed like, wow, they become honest. All that facade comes off, when we talk about certain events in history. It's no longer we all one race, the human race. They let you know, nah, this a competition. Yeah, don't worry, we still at war. Yeah, you still the opponent. Yeah. So it was very interesting to me. And the reason why I titled the video, the number one reason why we are confused as a race, is because when we come up in school, they do not tell us that, or at least our parents and society, our teachers, they do not really tell us at a young age, like, listen, this is a competition amongst the groups, amongst different people from different walks of life. This is a competition for wealth, resources. That is what life is about. They do not tell us this at a young age, right? And especially black people, our folks ain't telling us this at a young age. They're telling us, worship Jesus Christ, get into the kingdom of heaven. We all God's children. They don't tell us that life is about, resources. Life is about competition. Life is about, competing to see who's the most prosperous and most powerful nation. And this video was also inspired by some tweets that I saw on Twitter, and it was very interesting to me. We're going to read them out loud. The first tweet says, if Africa decides to take control of her minerals today, it means no uranium from Niger to generate power for France, no coltan from Congo to build automobiles and gadgets, no crude oil from Angola to cater for Western lifestyle. The West is interested in Africa, not Africans. Now, number one, I would like to say, are we raising our children and teaching our children that when they grow up, they have to take control of our natural resources and handle our natural resources with care and with diligence? Are we training up our children to take the reins of government to build up our home countries? One thing I noticed when studying history, around the time of the civil rights movement, the integration movement, you notice that immigration laws also became more lax, right? So it seems like we all integrated into white society as a whole, you know what I mean? Even in America, they integrated into the general white society. And then as the immigration laws kind of relaxed, we came in, and then we also, went to the white schools. We also worked at the white company. So we all pretty much got integrated, and that became like the new wave, you know what I mean? Integrating into white society, getting a job at the white company, living in the white neighborhood. Like that became the new status symbol, and then later down the line, recently, we kind of realized like that's That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. Like, it's way more to life than just working at the big fancy company and living in the white neighborhood, you know? But that was a consequence of how we raised our children up. So are we raising our children to become these stewards of natural resources, to become builders of societies? Are we raising our children up to become these architects of large companies? We have to ask ourselves this, you know? We can't neglect the time put into raising our children to take on these big tasks and these big obligations without properly bringing them up and educating them on how to do that. Even when we talk about certain communities that hold a lot of power, prominence, and dominance within society, you'll notice that they train their children up from a young age to grab the baton and keep it moving generation to generation. It's not an accident. They don't just wake up and just hope for the best, you know, throw a Hail Mary shot and hope it goes through. No, they train their children up deliberately. They give them a path to follow from a young age. And you notice they all follow that same straight line. They all follow that same line. It's not a mistake. It's not a coincidence. So, you know, we can't really ask ourselves why all our best and brightest minds, they go integrate into the West. We can't ask ourselves why all our leaders are puppets that follow in lockstep with the West, because we raise our children up to take on this path. This is the line we give them to follow. And in fact, in some cases, we even hold it up as a model of success. When they follow that line, when they successfully integrate into Western society, into white society, into European society, whatever you want to call it, right? So we can't really act like we don't know why things are the way they are. We understand exactly why things are the way they are, because the status symbols that we have created as a culture across the world, across our race, is to work for the big white company. It's not to take advantage of the iron ore, the phosphates, and the gold, and the aluminum, the diamonds, and the timber, and the oil out in West Africa. It's not to harness the diamonds and the gold and the coal and the platinum and the copper down in South Africa. It's not to harness the nickel, the uranium, the cobalt, the copper, the coltan out in Southeast Africa. A lot of these things come down to culture and the type of status symbols that we create for our children, right? It's all about how we raise our children, and it starts from young. I believe there's a quote that says, you can't fix broken men. It's better to just build up the next generation of children. You know, I probably butchered the quote, but you know, you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. The status symbols that we've created within our race over the past few decades have been leaning towards integration. It hasn't been leaning towards building, construction. And it's so funny because when you look at history, it seems that we've went from one side of the pendulum all the way to the other. Let me explain. When we have these basic conversations, when we talk about how we need to quote unquote do for self, we need to educate our own children, we need to feed and employ our own children, we need to build our own self-sustaining societies. Our ancestors already did this for thousands and thousands of years. So it seems that we've actually went backwards. You know, just a few centuries ago, it was common sense for a black person to know, you know, I gotta plant my own food, I gotta build my own house, I gotta educate and feed my own children, I gotta get everything popping for the next generation, I gotta build up the children so they can grab the baton and keep it going for the next generation. This was second nature. This was common sense to our ancestors for hundreds of thousands of years, man. And now we're having basic conversations in the year 2022. Like, wow, maybe we need to grow our own food. Wow, maybe we need to employ our own children. Wow, maybe we need to do for self and be self-sufficient and self-sustaining. Wow. You know, basic conversations talking about things that we've been doing for as long as we've been on the planet. Even when we have conversations such as, oh, black men need to compete politically, economically, militarily. Well, guess what? We were already doing that for hundreds of thousands of years. So much so that you could say that we were doing it at a toxic level, such as during the transatlantic slave trade, when black men were going to war with other black men so they can maintain prominence and dominance for their own individual kingdoms and societies, right? That they built, that were self-sustaining, that were self-sufficient, right? And the reason why I say we went from one side of the pendulum all the way to the other is because now we don't even compete. We don't even compete amongst each other, right? At least we could like compete amongst each other, right? Like we could see, okay, who got the highest GDP for this year? You know what I'm saying? Who got the most powerful military? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Ghana got the, okay. Oh, Nigeria. Oh, for this year it's Nigeria. Oh, damn, Jamaica got the highest GDP. Okay. Like imagine we had conversations like that, because our opponents, quote unquote, that's the type of conversations they have. You know what I'm saying? Like the Americans and the Russians, they were like, man, let's see who got the most nuclear missiles. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who got the most nuclear warheads. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who got the most jets. Let's see who got the most prominence on the sea. Let's see whose navy is the most powerful. That's the type of battles they having at the highest levels of power. You know what I mean? So like my thing is like, black men, how come we ain't having no conversations amongst each other? How come we not having GDP battles? How come we not having battles over whose country's the flyest, over whose country's the most powerful, whose country, you know what I'm saying, got the most clout? Like we could do that amongst each other, bro. We could do that, but because we're not raising our children up to think in this manner, right? Where our ancestors, they were thinking in that manner, so much so that they even engaged in all type of, you know, unsavory things just to maintain prominence and dominance within their region, economically, militarily, and geopolitically, where now our mentality is so far away from that. It's so separated from that because it starts from young, right? We raise our children not to compete, right? Not to compete. They tell them that, oh, we all one children of God, everybody, just, lock hands together, right? But then when I put up videos like the Battle of Vets, when we talk about real moments in history where the different races were battling for power and prosperity, people's true colors come out. I noticed that. All that we all together, we all God's children. Nah, they let you know it's competition, baby. They let you know it's competition. And listen, I don't got a problem with it. I grew up playing sports, so I got that in me. You know what I'm saying? I got that spirit of competition in me, bro. Word, you know what I'm saying? Listen, bro, I've been playing sports since a young age, man. So I like that. I like that energy. I don't like when they give me the fake, we all one race, the human race. Let's all lock arms together and pray to Jesus Christ. Man, I hate that fake energy, bro. Because I know it's fake. I know it's fake. But one thing I'll say is this. At the end of the day, there will be no collective power. You cannot build collective power as an individual, right? You have to build yourself up as an individual, and then you have to link up with other individuals and form a collective, and then push your agenda and defend your interests. That's how it's going to be, right? We do not need everybody on the same page. Societies have always been formed, have always been built around a circle of powerful, intelligent men, and pretty much the rest, the crowd pretty much just follows their lead, as long as they got a direction and a plan that they heading towards. So at the end of the day, man, black man, it's about competing. It's about competing as an individual and then as a collective. It's your boy Neferkari Desalegn back in the building, yes indeed, and I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Paying for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.